deal, family? Welcome to my channel, Pasta and OJ, where I discuss sports and trending sports topics. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 dopest 90 NBA jerseys. So let's get right to it. First off, I'm going to start off with my honorable mentions. I like these jerseys, but they didn't quite make my list. So I'm going to start off with the Indiana Pacers, 1997 to 2005. The Pacers have had a lot of variation looks, but the pinstripe late 90s, early 2000 jerseys are one of the best. While not overly hyped up or eye-popping, they find that sweet spot between classic and modern. The bright yellow mixed in with that navy blue always drew attention on the court. My next honorable mention would be the Chicago Bulls Black Row Alternates, 1997 to 2012. I truly believe this is one of the best jerseys of the decade, but I couldn't bring myself to include it in a regular list since it was just an alternate jersey. That being said, it's an incredible and iconic variation of the Bulls parameters, which are also incredible, and it also deserves some mention when it comes to the legendary NBA of the 90s. The pinstripe version, which preceded but it only lasted for one season, which is also great. My last mention will be the Minnesota Timberwolves. While I love the Wolves' classic blue and green that preceded these, the 90s Garnett and Freeway era jerseys, especially the black ones, they were perfect and brought out the appropriate amount of attitude. The forest trim is awesome. There's also a reason this style stuck around for a very long time. Now that we're done with the honorable mentions, let's get to my top 5 NBA jerseys of the 90s. In no specific order, so here's number 1. One with the Orlando Magic, 1989 to 1998. Whenever I think of the 90s NBA jersey, the Magic are always the first team that comes to mind. Sincerely because their look was super indicative of the style themes from the decade, but rather than the jersey they rolled out in the late 80s and early 90s are among the greatest in league history. Every version of the pinstripe, Shaq/Penny era Magic jersey is simply perfect. To the black jersey with the white pinstripes, to the blue jersey with the white pinstripes. I love it all. Number 2 on my list, I went with the Houston Rockets, 1995 to 2003. I like the 90s Rockets logo more than the jerseys, but there's no denying it after wacky pinstripe unis turned heads, for better or for worse. Another one of those looks that was a completely drastic switch up for the team, but seemed appropriate for the era. They came in blue, white, some were pinstripes, some wasn't. Looked very clean, professional, so I had to put this one on the list most definitely. Number 3 on my list, I went with the Charlotte Hornets, 1989 to 1996. No color scheme defines the 90s more than their teal and purple. And the Charlotte Hornets are a big reason why. No matter where you live or what team you rooted for, there's a good chance you own some sort of Hornets merchandise, or at least knew someone who had these. I can tell you right now, those starter jackets were everywhere. The uniforms themselves wasn't anything super crazy or unique, but they were so easy. Easy on the eyes, and hard to escape. The logo was dope, also, which was used to match the whole uniform. The jersey also came in white, so I definitely had to put the Hornets on there. Number 4 on my list, I went with the Toronto Raptors, 1995 to 1998. The original Raptors jersey is a treasure. It is goofy and campy, a little insane you could say, but it hits the right notes. If you can throw an actual oversized cartoon dinosaur on the front of a jersey and make it work, you achieve something very special. Because went on and did that in the 90s. It only lasted a few seasons, but these uniforms never should have left us. I think the purple stuck out to me the most, personally. This jersey will always be one of my favorites. Number 5 on my list is the Atlanta Hawks, 1995 to 1999. These Hawks unis came out of nowhere, but weren't necessarily good, but they made an impression on the NBA. With the red and black yellow trim was wonderful, along with the hawk on the front of the jersey, which was gripping a basketball with its bare nails. I thought that was pretty dope. The 90s had a great style on and off the court, and I respect that, especially with me being born in the 90s. So there you have it, a quick summary of my top 5 NBA jerseys of the 90s. If you have any faves, feel free to drop them in the comments. Until next time, stay up, family.
Leave that nigga at the scene, he ain't got no face.